Values and ethos underpin everything that we do here at Truestar Talent. It informs who we are and why we do what we do. Hear from some of our senior talent managers on their views on our values. And what do you love about the job?
Oh, I suppose talking with people, helping. It gives me a real buzz to be able to talk to somebody in depth and to really find out what it is they want to do next. Or if they pick up the phone and ring me, say, Diane, look, I want to change my job. Can you help me? Then you start from scratch. Okay, what it is that you'd really like to do, and to talk to those people in depth. Talk to my candidates as individuals in depth about what they want to do next in life. And I'm also naturally curious and naturally nosy, and I love talking to people.
And in terms of your values then, what do you care most about?
It's got to be honesty. You've got to build trust with people. And I think there's got to be a large degree, it's got to be transparent. You've got to have a relationship between the two of you, between me and my candidate, which is open and honest and transparent, so that I can really help them. Can't help anybody, similarly as when I was a financial advisor, unless I know what it is they want to do and where they're coming from. And it gives me a great sense of achievement to talk with my candidates, find them the right job, and also get thank you letters from them, would you believe? Maybe a year later to say I found them their dream job and thank you very much for helping them. And that all comes from building that honesty and that trust and that transparency right from the beginning.
And how do you feel that you build that trust?
I suppose really using the same skill set that I had when I was an advisor. And that is basically not having any preconceptions or assumptions about people. It's starting basically with a piece of paper and a pen and talking and asking open questions and listening to people to really find out what it is they're telling me, rather than me assuming what it is they want to do. So it's not a transactional thing, it's building a relationship for the long term.
And if we're looking at your values then as you as a person, what do you care about most in your values?
Well, being really honest with people, finding out a lot about them as well, and getting a clear understanding of the situation with my candidates, which I think is so important. And I do enjoy helping them. That's the way I look at it.
So to really help people then, what do you do to really get to understand them? How do you get to the crux of the person so that you can help them?
Well, I get to know them, get them involved in conversations, find out, what their aims and objectives are, their key strengths, their skills, their ambitions, etc. And I think it's so important to get a clear understanding of their situation. And I ask loads of questions, get them involved, but build up a relationship with them. It's not a question of getting their CV and then bunging it off to any company. I just want to know them well.
And with those relationships then, are they short-term, long-term? How long have you known people, for example?
Oh, I keep in touch with loads of them, and they ring me, and it's a daily thing. They ring me up, and I had a phone call the other day from a candidate, and he said, "Oh, Chris, I've got to tell you something." So I said, "Yeah." He said, "I did a case the other day with a client, and he invested £1 million with me." What a result! And the client's ecstatically happy with him. Obviously, trusts him implicitly to invest £1 million. And it gave me such a buzz. It really did. I really enjoyed it. Now, I keep in touch with loads of them.
That's lovely.
For me, I think everybody knows I'm always going on about ethics, transparency, honesty. It really matters to me. It's something I talk a lot about. I think we work in an industry that historically hasn't been known for ethics in terms of recruiters. It's not a word that people usually put with us, and sometimes we're battling against, I guess, preconceptions of what recruiters are. And we get to show people that we are different, that we do things differently. I will always be honest with people, even if it's not what they want to hear about, their skill set, the opportunities out there, and even with clients, we don't feel that they're being realistic about what's in the market. It's having those honest conversations and being transparent about what we can and can't do together. I don't like to give false hope to people.
And with regard to your own personal values then, what do you really care about in terms of values?
Well, that's a good one. In terms of values.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it's doing the right thing, isn't it? It's to make sure that, the candidate's happy and they've got something, and the client is going to get some really good value from that as well. So that, everybody's smiling and it's a win-win situation. Other personal values, I think a lot of it's the usual. It's being able to deliver something you say you're going to deliver. And that can be quite tough sometimes. So you've got to be careful what you promise if you have the value of delivering it.
And yeah, I totally understand where you're coming from there.
Yeah.
And if you think about in terms of your own values, what is it that you really care about?
I really care about doing the job well, being seen to do it well, and help people with their problems more than anything. The number of times I've recruited people who have felt that they would never get the job they eventually got because there may be sort of something which, a qualification which they might have had, or there's something they've been told by another recruitment agency that you need this qualification in order to do that job. No, I take each person on their merits. And if I feel that that person is right, I will back them 100% and will do our best to get the job for them.
And in terms of your own personal values then, what do you really care about?
I think integrity, a number of words we can throw out. And again, it all comes back to caring about people. And I think a key value I have, and I can't exercise it enough, is just showing humility, I think. Listening to people, caring about people, understanding what they're talking about or understanding what they're not talking about, and try and make their day when you meet them a little special. And even if it's only a sentence or two of, hey, you're looking great today, or something of that nature, so you can walk away and they feel a little bit better. If I can change everybody's life, that would be wonderful, but I can't do that. But if I can make their day a little bit better, that's good. And again, it's practicing that humility, which, it's all right to say it, I do struggle on occasions to demonstrate humility, because I think within all of us there's a little bit of arrogance, and I have to battle that down on occasions to say, come on, other people are more important than me, other people's feelings and needs are more important than mine.
And if we look at what drives you, what do you care about mostly in terms of your values?
Honesty, doing the right thing. And I know that sounds awfully twee, but sometimes you do things not because you have to, but because it's the right thing to do. And I've always believed that. And that really, probably more than anything, is the most important thing to me. So doing the right thing in a work context can be doing the right thing for the client, doing the right thing for your work colleague, doing the right thing for the business, and being honest about that at the same time. So when you look at potential candidates as a recruiter, the right thing is you always treat people with respect. For example, no matter that they may be a million miles from what you're looking for, you always treat them with respect. So that probably is one of the most important things. And doing the right thing then is making sure you represent your organisation in a positive way, so that a candidate goes away from the experience thinking, okay, ultimately I may not have got a job, but that they're a really good company, they have a good reputation. So I think it's that honesty, that integrity, that doing the right thing all the time is what would drive me the most in all of this.
Thank you. Okay. And when you're getting to know people, so how do you do it in a way that you can truly help them?
By always finishing what I start and asking them the right questions, finding out about them, finding about how they've been successful in life, what motivates them, what they're looking for, what sort of role motivates them, and trying to marry the two things together with the profile that I've got from a client and the profile I've got of a candidate, and trying to put the two things together.
And if you were thinking about in terms of your values, what is it that you really care about?
I care about how, well, I believe integrity is, I'm proud of the fact that I treat people the way I want to be treated myself. So I keep it as simple as I possibly can. I like to think about the KISS technique: keep it simple, stupid.
So tell me, why do you choose to do what you do?
Advocating for others, I think, is first and foremost why I do what I do. Whether you are looking for a new job, or whether you are someone who needs to recruit, or whether you're retiring and you're thinking, crikey, I need the right home for my clients. You need someone in your corner who knows you, who gets you, who will advocate for you. And that is what I do. And that is why I choose to do what I do. And also, as I mentioned, we've got a great bunch of people here that we've all worked together a long time. And the average experience here is about 35 plus years in financial services and financial services recruitment. So we know what we're doing, and we do it in a really ethical way. So that really feeds into the advocacy part for me.
So what is it then that makes you love what you do?
Oh, helping people. Helping people, I get a kick out of that. So listening to your needs so that I can help you is really, really, really fundamentally what it is. So if you are looking to recruit someone, or you're looking for a job, or you're looking for a new home, we have to understand your goals so that we can really truly help. So a bit like a really good IFA, we start with the soft facts, we do the fact find, do the research, and then recommendations. So it's very, very similar to how it works on the other side. So we've been around a long time. I love what I do. I'm not going anywhere. So it's, once you know me, you always know me. So it's about those long-term meaningful relationships rather than a short-term hit. So last week, for example, I had a candidate call me out of the blue. I'd not spoken to in about, quite a while, but I placed them about 9 years ago. And it was great because we picked up where we left off, and it was just, how are they? How are they getting on their job? How's the family? It's about having that level of interest in someone, and I think that's how you truly help.
That's lovely. It brings me nicely on to the next question. What do you really care about then in terms of your values?
doing the right thing. I think everything stems from that. If you treat people how you would like to be treated yourself, you're not going to go wrong. You know, it's about if you listen to people so that you can help them, you can make sure that the quality is right, you're introducing the right people to each other, it feels seamless, there's insights given to people so that they're making informed choices. No one sells to anybody here. It's about showing things that match their needs and explaining why, and for them to then see whether or not it's the right fit for them, and if it is, great. So I always say to everybody, if you are looking for a job, recruiting, or selling your business, if it's feeling hard, if it's feeling like work, you're doing it wrong. Right? When it's going really well, it feels fun, it feels seamless. And the great thing about everyone here is we do a lot of work in the background to make it feel that way for you.
Lovely.